Government is proposing a 41.3 trillion shillings budget for the financial year 2021-2022. But of that money, only 25.3 trillion shillings is available for spending. The rest goes to paying debts. Now, of the 25.3 trillion shillings available for spending, government is proposing that 7.7 trillion shillings goes to governance and security, 6.8 trillion shillings to human capital development, which takes key sectors like health and education, 3.9 trillion shillings to integrated transport and infrastructure services, then 1.4 trillion shillings to agro-industrialization, 1.3 trillion shillings to regional development, 1 trillion shillings to development plan implementation. Other sectors follow with allocations under 1 trillion shillings each. While government is still pushing this proposed budget to be passed, many are still asking why 30.4% of the entire resource envelope would be allocated to security instead of sectors that will directly contribute to economic recovery in the wake of COVID-19. The Budget Advocacy Group, CSBAG, have added their voice to the budget discussion today.
We would want to see a budget that is people-centered and addresses the needs of the common person. The needs of the common person are in the health sector. The needs of the common person in Uganda are in the agriculture sector. The needs of the common person in Uganda are on the education of their children.
I would believe it would not be in place to keep borrowing money. We are not using it. We are not absorbing it. People are needing services at local government level. And even some of the money that is supposed to actually go to local government are still at the national level.
For these budget experts, the proposed sector allocations contradict the National Development Plan 3, whose focus is on agriculture and human capital development for job creation. Agriculture and human capital development come fourth and second respectively in the government priority sector order, basing on the working budget document presented by Minister Kasaija to the Budget Committee in Parliament.
The government seems to be investing more in governance and security while Uganda is not at war. So in the end, we are in danger of grossly underachieving on NDP3.
While counties have embraced digital economy, we are still shut on Facebook unless you have VPN. We have instituted taxes which are going to make it very hard for MSMEs to be able to utilize digital platforms to be able to sell their products.
However, Kenneth Mugambe, the Director Budget in the Ministry of Finance, says the proposed allocations holistically match NDP3 and that the impact of COVID-19 was considered.
We have addressed issues of sectors which were directly affected by COVID, and this is largely health, by providing money for the vaccines. Number 3, we have addressed issues which will impact on the economy in terms of providing resources that will enable the private sector, both in terms of reducing the cost of business of the private sector, competitiveness, but also to enable private sector access credit.
The Budget Committee convenes on Thursday to discuss the proposals again, and it remains to be seen if much can change before the budget is passed before the end of the financial year. Edward Muhumza, NTV.